Hi everyone, and welcome back to Softly Growing, a space dedicated to becoming gently, intentionally, and in alignment. Girl, let me tell you what happened to me this week. For the first time ever, I think I experienced my first mental or creator's block, because tell me why I had no energy to come and shoot for my podcast. I had no energy to shoot for my podcast, but I didn't realize that in this moment I just really needed a mental break. I just really needed a mental break because I have been creating like crazy. I have just been creating, and I haven't given myself a break. And if anything that you should pick up from this episode is that we need time to reset. We need a mental reset. We need a mental break. We need a reset. So I decided to take a mental break, right? And for the whole week, I decided that I was not going to shoot, especially for the podcast, because my podcast is my most vulnerable space where I fully give in with all my energy and my all and everything in me. So while I was taking a mental break, I discovered that actually the podcast is not going in the direction that I wanted to go. Because somewhere along the line, I don't know, but it's starting to feel a little bit too scripted for me, and I don't like that. I want to be very real with you guys. I want to touch base with you guys. I want to connect with my audience. I want to connect with my listeners. I want us to truly softly grow together. I don't want this space to just be a place where you come and you find a lecture. I don't want it to feel like a classroom. It's not a classroom, it's a podcast. And I want my podcast to feel like home. I want you, when you listen to the podcast, to feel like home. I want you, when you listen to the podcast, to feel understood. I want you, when you listen to the podcast, to feel seen. And for some reason, I don't know, I think along the way, I made it too scripted, and that was not my intention. And for this reason, I'm deciding on a podcast reset, because number one, it's feeling too scripted for my liking. I do not like that. I want to be very real. I want to connect. I want to be able to have the space to evolve with us, to grow with us, and not feel stagnant. And in my previous episodes, I feel like they started to become more of like a lecture than like a conscious way of like exploring and debunking and unfolding life and softly growing. Somewhere along the line, I think I boxed us, and I want us to come out of that box. And so for this very reason, I want you to get to know me better, because I feel like we need to get to know each other better if we're going to be doing this on the real. And it is for that reason that I have decided to do a little bit of exposure therapy, so that we get to know each other for real. Because if we're going to keep this space very real, we need to get to know each other. And I think you deserve that, I deserve that, we deserve that. So let's do it. I'm Preshi, your host of Softly Growing, and I'm a recent single mom of 3. I'm a recent divorcee, or I'm going through divorce right now. After being married for 7 years and being with my previous partner, for like 10 years. The marriage broke down because of infidelity. not on my part, but I'm not blaming anyone. But the marriage broke down because of infidelity, and just seeing girl that I was just like ignoring all the red flags from the beginning. But that is done. It's part of life, it's part of growing. Stuff like this happens in life. Challenges like this happen in life, and they are there to shape us, to help us to become, into the people that we are meant to be. And it is through the experience of my divorce, it is, or going through this divorce, it is through my experience of navigating life in general, and being a newly single mom that softly growing was born. And this space is really dedicated to just like becoming gently with ourselves, intentionally, and in alignment with who we are truly meant to be, and who we are truly meant to become in life, who you feel that you are meant to be. And for some reason, I podcast has been something that has been on my mind and on my heart, and the space is just so sacred to me. And that is why I want to keep it very real. I want you to know me. I packed my bags and I said that I am going to start my life over, even though things are not looking good. I packed my bags and I came to a city with no money to my name, with loans to my name, with kids, 3 kids, with no degree, but just dreams. Dreams funded by God. Dreams inspired by God. Dreams that will come to be because God. And so I think the reason why I experienced a mental or creator's block is because somewhere along the way I was teaching about healing, but I also forgot to give myself a break so that I can truly touch base and heal too. Like, just take a break and just like heal and just calm down and just slow down, like just regulate for a week or for as long as somebody might need. But it is for that reason that my body, my mind were like, we can't do this, let's take a break, let's calm down. And I'm grateful that I took this break, because it's because of that break that we are here doing a whole podcast reset. And the reset is leading me to be aligned with how I want our space to be, how I want this podcast to be, how I want this podcast to feel. It's not easy to start over, and to anybody that is starting over, girl, we are together. Boy, we are together. You can do this. You can trust yourself. You can rebuild your nervous system. I'm experiencing it in real time. Take it from me. The slowing down practices, the breathing in practices, all those things work. They help reset your nervous system from being in survival mode to being at a place where you're living softly, where you're having a soft life, and where you can softly grow. And yeah, I don't know what episode this is, but welcome back to Softly Growing, a space dedicated to becoming gently, intentionally, and in alignment. Thank you so much to anybody who listens. Thank you so much, and I guess I'll see you in the next episode, where we will just be talking and we will be learning and softly growing through life, through life's challenges, through life's happiness, ups, downs, the curves, the everything. We'll just be learning and we'll just be softly growing. I'll catch you in the next one, and I love you so much. If you need a break, take a break. If you need a mental health break, take it. At the end of the day, you are the most important person in your life. You need to take care of yourself. At the end of the day, you need to cherish your life. At the end of the day, you are the only person who matters, and how you carry your life, it's all up to you. So take care of yourself, take care of your mind, take care of your body, take care of your whole self, physically, mentally, spiritually. I love you so much. Keep holding on. And life isn't always at its lowest. Life is a rhythm. There's ups and there's downs. You just have to flow and dance with life and keep growing, keep softly growing. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. And thank you for joining me. Thank you. Bye.